Hi everyone, this is Ann Clemmer and Stamper from StamperDog.com. Are you looking for an easy Christmas card, something that will give your friends a reason to smile? Here's one using the Smooch Spritz and the Christmas Deer that'll make your friends just say Merry Christmas. Take the Smooch Spritz and only spray it on the cherry cobbler piece. That way, if it has some glitches that you don't like, it won't be all over your new Christmas deer. Now we're going to use Cherry Cobbler, Daffodil Delight, and Early Espresso. And you want to know where we got these colors for this combo? We got them from the Color Coach. So let's get started. We're going to start off with the Early Espresso, and we're going to ink up that deer really well. Now you notice I got my pinky up just a little bit here because you want to tap lightly and make sure that the deer is fully covered with ink. Now we've got some very vanilla cardstock here, and we're going to stamp the deer fairly centered on this piece. There you go. Golly, this is pretty good. But if you do have a little glitch in there, well, just try your blender pen and tap it on the deer just to even out the ink. We're going to use the Stamp-A-Majig, and I've already stamped the pieces from the Reason to Smile, this flower, and I want to match up that little ditch in the flower with the top of the Stamp-A-Majig, and so that it stamps that flower right where I want it. But we're not stamping a flower. We're going to stamp a little headlight right behind the deer. It's not a headlight, it's moonlight. But wait, just before I go and stamp this, you want to go and cut a mask for your deer on a Post-it note, and then very carefully lay it over the top of the deer. It doesn't have to be a little exact. In fact, it should be just a little bit smaller than the impressed image or the stamped image. And now put your Stamp-A-Majig up there and ink up the flower in the Daffodil Delight. And we're going to remove that plastic panel. And all of a sudden, our deer has a golden glow right behind his head, kind of like you'd see on a snowy night. Take away the mask, and there it is. It shows up better in real life than it does on the video. Now we're going to place that Cherry Cobbler bird. Now here's something about when you're using the Stamp-A-Majig and these really small stamps. You want to be really careful to get your finger out of the way and keep it so that it doesn't get between the stamp and the Stamp-A-Majig. And you'll get that bird right where you want him every time. Now our greeting comes from the Rejoicing With You stamp set. Now this is a 1 1/4 by 3 inch piece, or about that, and now we're going to rip it down into where it's right about where we want it. And if it's not exactly right, you can also use your cutter to cut it on the right hand side and get out that little sponge dauber and put a little bit of ink on the edge. Make it as dark as you want it. You could go all the way around, but that's not what I'm looking for. So while I'm waiting for that to get really dry, I'm going to layer the vanilla onto this Early Espresso. Try to get it even. And then it always helps to put Stampin' Dimensionals to lift it up and give it a little bit of extra depth. But on this one, because it's so big, I put 5 on there. Not just 4 in the corners, I put an extra 1 in the middle. Now when you're layering this layers right up just like a regular layer on a piece of cardstock, or at least on a card front. But look at the way that we're putting this piece onto the front, the greeting. I'm going to put snail adhesive on the part that's going to go over the deer focal point, and then I'm putting Stampin' Dimensionals on the side. Now the trick to getting this even is you want to have the border on the right hand side of the card equal with the border that's showing underneath that little piece of vanilla that you see. So try that. Make a quick card, make it elegant, make it fun. Make it yours. This is Ann Clemmer and Stamper from StamperDog.com, trying to put a little bit of ink, paper, and fun into your day.